just dissatisfaction. A pause isn't silence. It's a signal. And a signal without context is noise. Beyond every signal is a person, who they are, what they've experienced, what matters right now. In a world powered by AI, we can capture everything, but capturing isn't understanding, and understanding isn't enough. The leaders who win don't just listen, they act, turning signal into clarity, clarity into intelligent action, friction into trust, from automation to intention, from reacting to anticipating. Experience that doesn't just respond, it drives outcomes. This isn't about technology, it's about amplifying what makes us human. Because loyalty isn't built by algorithms, it's built by understanding and acting on it in the moment that matters. Together, we make every experience count.
Please welcome to the stage Managing Director, Asia Pacific and Japan at Qualtrics, Raen Lim.
Good morning, Sydney. Binoy, thank you for welcoming us today. I respectfully acknowledge the traditional owners of this land that we're meeting and pay my respects to elders past, present, and emerging. Welcome to Experience Live. Thank you for taking the time to be here. It's great to be here with you. It's 7 months since I joined Qualtrics, and time flies when you're having fun, isn't it? One of the best parts of my job is meeting with customers like you and finding out how you're using Qualtrics to improve your business outcomes. I hope I get the chance to speak with many of you today. This morning, I'd like to talk about the experience gap, what it is, why it matters, and what's possible when you close it. I've been in technology for more than 2 decades and seen many shifts over the years. But I must say that AI is probably the biggest shift I've ever seen. The aha moment for me was when my 23-year-old daughter used ChatGPT to dissect a disagreement we were having on WhatsApp to prove I was wrong. That really hit home for me. The pace of change is dramatic, but with every single change, there is one consistent truth. The organizations that win are the ones that truly understand the people they serve, whether it is their customers, their employees, or their markets. And they stay focused on solving problems to deliver exceptional experiences. Experiences that keep customers coming back, allow teams to thrive, and build products that land. That work is the most important job in business today. And this is what everyone in this room does. You own those experiences. You're the people closest to knowing what the customers feel, what the employees really think, and what the market actually wants. Those are invaluable insights, and that's critical work. Because today, experiences are not just a feature of the business. Experiences are the business. Experience how customers feel about your brand, how employees think about that work, is the signal that explains every outcome that matters. For decades, as much as organizations aim to be the brand to be trusted, they captured signals too slowly, acted on it too late, analyzed it too late, and acted on it only after the damage was done. They had tons of operational data telling them what was happening, but they didn't know why. 9 years ago, Qualtrics created the experience management category to close that gap, to help you understand what drives loyalty, what keeps your employees engaged, and what your market actually needs. Today, you can listen across every channel, every touch point, wherever your customers and employees are telling you something. However, closing that gap exposed a more dangerous gap, and this is something that everyone here will know. What organizations still can't do consistently, systematically, and in time is turn that understanding into an outcome that your customer or employee Knowing why something went wrong after it happened isn't a competitive advantage. It's a post-mortem. Organizations that win are the ones that know and act before it happens. The experience gap is no longer between data and understanding. That's solved. The new experience gap is between understanding and outcomes. Experience outcomes, to be precise. When you get it right, you deliver an experience that your customers and employers would say is amazing. This is such a significant competitive advantage no competitor can touch. And in our AI-first world, this experience gap is the only gap worth obsessing over. And this is what we solve at Qualtrics. This is where AI comes in again. It's really exciting for all of you. At Qualtrics, we have built AI that can interpret signals in real time, predict where they're heading, and intervene in the moment. You're moving from analyzing what happened last quarter to changing what happens in the next second. From explaining the past to driving outcomes in the present. From post-mortem to prevention. There is one key element that makes all of this work. It's context. AI is only as good as the context you give it. Context comes from experience data, knowing what matters to the people you serve, and that drives outcomes. Without the context, AI is fast, but it can move in the wrong direction. It can answer questions, but not always give you the right answer. It can resolve tickets, but miss what the customer really needs. And you end up scaling friction and skyrocketing frustration. You lose what makes experiences feel human. But when you have the right context, AI is incredible and everything works the way it's supposed to. Now, winning in this AI era isn't about who gets there first. It's about who has the best context. Context wins every time. For over 20 years, Qualtrics has been building something that no one else has. A deep, structured understanding of how experience connects with outcomes across industries, across billions of interactions for every customer, every employee in the moment that matters. This foundation is what gives our AI the context that no other model has. Context that belongs to you, built on your customers, your language, and your logic. What a loyal customer means to you isn't what it means to your competitor. At the supermarket, it's the rewards card holder that does the weekly shopping. At the bank, it's the everyday account customer who's never switched. Same words, completely different meaning, completely different actions required. This foundation is your advantage. Do you know that feeling when you're rushing to get to your family and you get delayed? Last year, I was returning to Singapore from Tokyo after a customer event. I had booked the first flight out that morning so I could get home for Halloween, which is an important celebration that brings our neighborhood and families together. You probably can guess where this is heading. Before leaving for the airport, I got an alert from the airline saying that my flight was going to be delayed for a few hours due to an engineering fault. I jumped on the app and quickly started chatting with the virtual assistant to see what my options were. Without context, I'm just another disrupted passenger, one of hundreds. But with context, the system saw something different. Not just my booking reference or my frequent flyer status. It read my conversation and knew I was trying to get home for something that mattered to me. It knew I wasn't concerned with getting a meal voucher or flight credits. All I cared about was getting home. It connected that to everything it knew about me. Years of loyalty, my travel patterns, what I preferred, and it acted. Something amazing happened. The system proactively rebooked me on one of the later flights that morning, and I could get home in time. So here I am with my family, my husband and I dressed as the Chinese version of the Green River for Halloween. The point is, the airline had context. It understood me as a customer. It knew what I wanted and the right solution. This context was the difference between losing a loyal customer like me and turning that negative situation into a positive experience. That's what closing the experience gap looks like in real life. Multiply this across every customer and employee interaction your business has today. You can treat every customer like they're your best customer. You can turn tough experiences into positive interactions. You can put your people in a position to wow. You can save costs and drive growth at the same time. What would this mean to your business? In market research, you build what your market actually wants before you launch. In customer experience, you deliver the right moment before the customer has to ask. In employee experience, you keep your best people engaged before they start looking elsewhere. Those don't work in isolation. When you connect these elements together, the value multiplies. Better products, engaged employees, happier customers. This is acceleration. This work makes the difference. This is what experience management was created to do, and this is why you're here today. The new experience gap between understanding and outcomes is the biggest opportunity in front of you. Context is how you close it, and Qualtrics is how you build it. Industry leaders, including BHP, Crown Resorts, Fonterra, and Combank, are doing exactly this. And they're here today to share their insights with you. So don't just listen, connect, talk to our teams, get to the demo stations, and leave with a plan to close the gap. Now to show you how Qualtrics helps you close the new experience gap, please welcome Vicky Kazabaris, our Director of Accent Strategy.